Right, so I'm down a dark and dingy alley with a dumpster. Here's how you explain things to the Society of Black Lawyers, or whatever they're called, in language they may understand. So you can read about classic Crenshawism and say, well, no, thank you. But of course, if you look at Birmingham, your movement's been subverted by the Islamist lads. So these guys can work out the same denouncement tactics Crenshaw did. They're not exactly hard, turning organisations into Salem. So the guy just hijacked it with various sort of manoeuvres to get hold of it, which isn't exactly hard in a bureaucracy where the biggest thug wins. So in terms of bureaucratic structures, you've got to think that in any kind of reasonable sense, these organisations should be banned in a British context, really, because you know we are in 2026. You're expected to sort of be self-sustaining. So yes, okay, there is an element of tribalism, but if you're sort of part of the broader union movement and doing it in sort of a Christian sense, then that might be a better strategy, certainly now, than what's happening at the moment in organisations. So the Nigerian Christians or something say, well, if the Islamists kill us, what do you expect to happen? And we say, well, yeah, okay, fine, but we know we need security as well. Obviously, we're being sort of stabbed to death and this kind of stuff. So, these organisations are potentially dangerous to us. So something has to be worked out. But people with the intelligence of some of these people are, your higher tier people, the Lee Kuan Yews maybe. So if you want to do a neo-colonial Gilead-esque project, these people can be potential governors, and you can divide the continent up into various levels of civilization to govern it in a mutually beneficial way. So it doesn't have to be hostile, but we've learned quite a lot of stuff post-war. So the average person knows quite a lot about the brain, the body, life in general is generally, or can be well educated if they try, in an autodidactic sense. So if you are rooted in reality anyway, this is your inheritance, and we can't give it away, unfortunately. So the post-war settlement will need to be renegotiated. Obviously, these things happen over time, but the British can do it humanely. So that's the sort of dumpster deal, I think.